subscribe, please. Just click that watermark that's throughout the video on the bottom right. Welcome to Fastang 444. If you're a fan of the AMG 1, sit back and enjoy the show. This will be 8 wins in the AMG 1 and a few game highlights along the way. I am getting in position for the final showdown in Arena 16. And throughout my videos I refer to arena numbers. I have a playlist for all 19 final arenas to help with your exit time. So check that out in my playlist. Throughout this and all of my videos for that matter, there's a watermark on the bottom right. That just makes it so easy for you to become a subscriber. Please do.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
I like to leave from between that ravine in this triangular shaped intersection. That eliminates other drivers knocking you off that bridge that goes over the ravine. This is Arena 16. The range of time to leave is 20 to 23 seconds. I'll try leaving it 22 seconds. I may have been able to leave it 23 seconds because the AMG 1, although has the highest top speed, it doesn't have the fastest acceleration rate. I'm looking back because I plan on trying to block.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
I'll go right up the plane in line of the road. Left of the plane is actually a flatter line, tapping my brakes so I don't flip or roll. Stay on the road until I get beyond the lava field and then cut over directly towards the finish. I can see the green brush on the other side of this lava on the left. That's my point where I know I turn left and start heading directly to the finish. You may have noticed that the Funko went off-road right about the time I got over those bumps beyond the airplane and stayed off-road the entire race. I'm very satisfied with how clean of a run I had.
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
Getting in position where I like to leave from for Arena 5, it's right in the middle of this triangular shaped intersection.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
You can see on the map the middle of this triangular shaped intersection I mentioned I like to leave at. This is Arena 5. The range of time to leave is 19 to 22 seconds. I will leave it the maximum 22 seconds. As I mentioned, the AMG 1 doesn't have the fastest acceleration rate.
Final showdown in 3, 2.
The announcer counting down said 2. The display shows 3, so I know I am at 2 and a fraction of a second.
2, 1, go!
Looks like the finish is on or around the expressway, so I'll stay on the expressway and try and stay in the apex of this turn. It's very easy to overshoot this turn here. Looks like the finish may be on the other side of Horizon Street Scene. I'll open up the map once I'm a little closer. And it is, so I will take the off-ramp right over to the direction of the finish and try and avoid a few of these obstacles that are around this line here. There's a mound on the other side of this pond. If you go directly at this, you may fly over and possibly miss the finish, so I will slow down, go around it.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
I'm getting in position for this final showdown, which is Arena 3. This is east of Horizon Street Scene, and it's normally a westbound run on the expressway. I need to get over in the left lane here. There's less traffic usually on the left, and right about here. This vehicle that's trying to ram me, they were in a previous game that I won where they ran outside of the arena, maxing out their timeout bars, so I think they're upset about that still. That's why they're doing that, which I still don't agree with. I just keep opening the map to avoid this rammer, and this is Arena 3. The range of time to leave is 22 to 26 seconds. When I close the map, they're still engaging in pre-final showdown antics of ramming people, so I'm just going to leave and go and try and modulate my speed as I exit.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds. Final showdown in 3.
The announcer said 3 right as I exited. The countdown shows 4, so I know I cut that way too close. I could have been eliminated by the arena.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is the wet season, and it looks like the finish is on the south side of the river. I'll open up the map here. Okay, that confirms it. I will just go around this exit ramp and take the bridge that is across the river, and looks like it's just right across the river, which I don't think I've seen this finish point before. Usually you have to go a little bit of a ways south of the river. The two drivers on the right are going right into the river, and you can't cross the river there, so they will reset on the same side. There is a driver over on the left, and you can see some of the hills and trees and everything that they're contending with that are over on the left.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
This is one of the highlights. This is downstream from the waterfall, just south of Atlantis Titula. Early in the game, I found this. Level 8 AMG Metro. Short time later, I got into a head-to-head with a level 3 Volvo, so I was able to get into a level 9 fairly quick, and then Andretti Beetle. This is Arena 2, which is just south of the expressway, south of Horizon Street Scene, and I'm going over to get in position at this bend in the road ahead that I like to lead from. A Hoonigan RS200 will show up very soon. Here he is.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
This is where I like to leave from, this bend in the road, which is just south of this intersection. This is Arena 2. The range of time to leave is 19 to 22 seconds. I will leave at the maximum, 22 seconds. As I previously stated, the acceleration rate of the AMG 1 isn't the fastest.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
When opening the map, I try and open it in a straightaway so I don't crash. And I'll slow this part down. I actually had to scroll up to see exactly where the finish was, which is north of Guanajuato. So I'll stay on this line. And this road that has the bends in it that leads into Guanajuato will come back to this line. So I didn't have to actually follow all those turns on that road. In this right turn that is coming up, I know I need to slow down because there are buildings on the left that if you don't slow down, you'll hit them. Here's where I make a split-second decision, and it's wrong. I follow the GPS. I should continue straight on that road, and once I exit the city, there's a small incline that I would go up that I would take right to the finish. Instead, I'm zigging and zagging through the city, taking all these bends, and fortunately, the car behind me makes the same mistake. Had they continued on that road that I mentioned, it leads right to this point, then they would have won this race. Fortunately, they made the same error and didn't cause me to lose this race.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
I end up in this Audi Quattro early in the game, and I'm trying to chase this car that ran into the trees, and then there's a car behind me that is chasing me. So whoever I wind up in a race with, after I get done running into all these trees, I will be in a race with. And I think it wound up being a third vehicle that came along, this Porsche Cayenne, which I'm actually very happy about because although it's a level 7, it's not very fast. And I get on the expressway right away. They're staying off road, so I'll speed all this up and show you how I wind up taking this Porsche Cayenne early on in the game. And yes, I overshot the finish, but I got back to it. I stayed next to this location, next to Horizon Street scene, and if someone came towards me, I would engage in a head-to-head, but no one did, so now I am going over to get in position for final showdown in Arena 2. And along the way, I engage in a head-to-head and make the mistake of going off-road, and I'll run right into this building here. There isn't enough time for a head-to-head. I usually will try to engage with someone in a head-to-head to see if I can get them to go out of position for the final showdown.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
I like to leave from this bend in the road just south of this intersection. This is Arena 2. The range of time to leave is 19 to 22 seconds. I will leave at 21 seconds, which by my standards I will be late.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
Open up the map in this straightaway so I don't crash, and I'll slow this part down where I had to scroll up, and the finish is north of Guanajuato. So I will continue on this line, and that road that goes off to the left will come back to this line that I'm on, and I'll get back on that road instead of following all those bends. And I'm back on it right here. A few more turns up here. I know there's a bend in the road, that sharp right turn. I need to slow down so I don't hit these buildings on the left. And watch the mini-map. That's that Lamborghini Centenario that I saw as I was exiting. Watch what happens when they do not slow down for these buildings that are on the left. They wind up coming to an abrupt stop.
Congratulations! You later.
It's late in the game. I'm still in a Chola. I have not been in a head-to-head yet, and I find this Volkswagen Andretti Beetle. So then I wind up getting into one head-to-head and get into, you guessed it, an AMG 1. So it'll be a one head-to-head game. I stayed on the perimeter of this second to last arena. Now that the arena is shrinking, I will get in position over on this ramp just inside of this final arena is where I like to lead from.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
I like to leave from this ramp in the right lane. Because of the shape of this arena circle, there's a slightly greater distance in the right lane over the left lane. This is Arena 13. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I should leave at 24 seconds, but I get distracted by a potential arena rammer, and I may be a second late on my exit. So there's that Lamborghini Centenario behind me. I go by that Porsche 959 level 6, a Nissan GTR level 8, and a RJ Anderson level 8.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
Looks like the finish is very close to the expressway, possibly near the pyramid strip. I'll open up the map when I get in a straightaway so I don't crash. Alright, the finish is just on the end of the pyramid strip, so I will continue on this line. And I know once I go off-road, not to accelerate over these bumps. If I accelerate, I could possibly flip or roll. So lose a little speed there and just take this right to the finish.
Welcome to the shadowy rank of the Illuminati.
I just got in this Hoonigan Group A and I see this vehicle over on the perimeter, so I'm going to see if I can't engage in a head-to-head with them. They see me coming after them, they start going the direction of a head-to-head, and to my surprise, it's a Funko F9, so I make an abrupt left turn, disaster averted. I see a car over on the other side of the expressway, so I'm trying to get up on this bridge here and see if I can't engage in a head-to-head with them. And I do not want them behind me with the momentum, so I come over and start heading the direction of the head-to-head. They're in a level 7 Bronco and they go down below the bridge, so I'm going to try and meet them over here. And right there was a exotic Exocet just sitting there in the shade under a tree, so I engage in a head-to-head with them. And I'll have an easy win getting into, of course, an AMG 1. I was content to use this AMG 1 in the final showdown, stayed on the perimeter, now I'm getting in position for the final showdown.
Arena shrinking. Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
Two other level 10s, a Funko and a Brocky. I usually like to be in the right lane, a little farther back to the perimeter. And because of the other two level 10s that are over there, to eliminate possibly being bumped, I'll try the left lane. This is Arena 1. The range of time to leave is 22 to 25 seconds. Because I'm not leaving from my normal position, I'm going to guess and leave at 22 seconds. At this point, I could tell by my standards, I'm going to be late on my exit.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
It looks like the finish is on this side of the water. This is the wet season, but I'll check before I get to this intersection. I paused this. In real time, I opened up the map just for a second. I'm very familiar with this finish. It is on the peninsula on the reservoir. After I go under this bridge, I will go to the left, but not too soon. There are buildings just beyond it on the left there. Now I know to go kind of far to the right from a north to south direction to the road that is on the west side of this peninsula.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
Getting in position where I like to lead from for this final showdown. This is Arena 13.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown. Final showdown begins in 30 seconds.
I like to be on this ramp in the right lane. Because of the arena circle, there's a slightly greater distance in the right lane over the left lane. This is Arena 13. The range of time to leave is 21 to 24 seconds. I will leave it 22 seconds. And by my standards, I probably will be late. Wind up seeing another AMG 1 and 2 Funko F9s on the way to my exit.
Final showdown in 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, it looks like the finish is south, possibly southeast of the pyramid strip. When I get in a straightaway, I'll open up the map. I'll pause this. During the race, I just opened this up for a second, and I could tell that it was roughly around Atlantis de Tula. I know to wait till I cross this bridge, and this yellow billboard is my marker that I can now turn right, slowing down as I turn right, of course. Now the next point I am directed at is in between the greenhouses that are ahead. I'll turn to the left a little bit. There's a road after I go through a few random trees here. I'll go on this road just for a short section. This is the point where I realize where the finish is. There is a head-to-head that ends on the back side of the pyramids at Atlantis de Tula, and that's where the finish for this final showdown is. It's on the back side of Atlantis de Tula. So I know there's a building kind of over on the left here and a couple random trees I need to watch out for.
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
I'll add a link on the top right of how to exit in final showdowns with exit times and maps. It's part of my playlist of all of the arenas. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click that link on the bottom right.